stage 4 and everyone was talking about one thing: Jabal Al-Akhtar, better known as Green Mountain. A 5.7 kilometer climb which averages over 10% has been included in the Tour of Oman every year since 2011. Some big names have won up there, including this man, Vincenzo Nibali. Would he be the first to the top of the hill today? Meanwhile, Jef Van Meirhaeghe was keen on retaining his jersey for the most aggressive rider, and sure enough, for the 4th day running, the Belgian neo-pro made the early move, with Ethics Quick-Step's Stijn Vandenbergh, the green jersey holder Andrea Guardini of Astana, and eventually another top sport Vlaanderen rider, Gijs van Hoecke. With an intermediate sprint just 18.5 kilometers into the stage, there were some bonus points in comfortable reach. Guardini, out to secure that green jersey, sweet-talked Van Meirhaeghe into letting him take this one. Both riders called it quits soon after, and Guardini even chose to take a little interlude as he waited for the peloton. The remaining escapees were soon forming a close alliance as they pressed on, while behind the pace had slowed to a crawl with just 28 kilometers covered by the peloton in the second hour of racing, a pace that even your average club rider could muster without too much trouble. This allowed the break to gain up to 15 minutes, enough to give Van Hoecke the virtual race lead. But as the day wore on, Track Factory Racing slowly upped the pace, which was enough to start reeling in the intrepid pair, and by the time Vandenbergh and Van Hoecke rolled through the second intermediate sprint at kilometre 178, their lead had dropped to just under 2 minutes. As it turned out, the peloton had paced things almost perfectly, catching the two escapees just before the foot of Green Mountain. By this time, NTM, Quebecer, Movistar and BMC were all prominent at the head of the pack, looking to get their main men in a good position for the brutal finale. Nibali opened the exchanges on the lower slopes with a couple of attacks, which was enough to start thinning the field, race leader Fabien Cancellara among the stragglers. A select group had formed up front, too select in fact for Nibali, who clearly didn't have the legs today. One by one, riders were shelled off the back, including best young rider Patrick Conrad. Then BMC's TJ Van Garderen, second on this stage last year, made an attack which was enough to distance all but 2 other riders and leave Alejandro Valverde in limbo. Tinkoff Saxo's Rafael Michael was eventually shaken off, leaving just Van Garderen and Lampre Merida's Rafael Valls to battle it out for the win. The American pushed hard with 300 metres to go, but Valls had enough in the tank in the final bend to get ahead and win by 5 seconds from Van Garderen and taste victory for the first time since the 2010 Tour de San Luis. Behind, Valverde had pulled himself back from the brink and finished 19 seconds down in third, with Micah 3 seconds behind him. The stage results from ProCyclingStats.com show that Valls had the beating of some well-established names, including 2013 world champion Rui Costa and FDJ's Thibaut Pinot. Not far behind were the MTN Quebecer pair of Jacques Yancey van Rensburg and Louis Meintjes, who takes over the white jersey for the best young rider thanks to that impressive display. Speaking of impressive displays, this table of the fastest times up Green Mountain puts Valls' effort into context. 5 seconds faster than Chris Froome managed a year ago. This will certainly get people talking about the Spaniard, who also takes over the lead in the general classification. Can he hold on to the red jersey for another 2 stages? Find out tomorrow for Stage 5.